What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Comeback Podcast. Like typically I do the Comeback Couples Podcast, but this is going to be the first one back where it's just going to be solo content by me. So I just want to frame up a couple things. I think we're going to put this on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever people would like to see us. But anyways, this is going to be me going on some of my thoughts. I think eventually I'll bring some people on as well so we can sit and we can talk about all things business, relationships, sports, health, fitness, addiction, just like whatever. But truthfully, what I want to do is only talk to people and talk about things, about like stories of redemption, stories of courage, stories of passion, like people who have come back from things. So if you know anybody, right, or maybe you're one of those people that actually want to talk and share your story and you're looking for a platform to get it on, we'll find some sort of link down the road where you can actually share this information with us and we can talk to it. So that's a little bit of what we're going to be doing here. I wanted to frame that up on the first one, but I want to jump into the topic today. Life after alcohol. I want to share with you what my life is like after alcohol. And I want to talk about some of the relationships and things that were forged not on alcohol, but by alcohol. What do I mean by that? Majority of my friends these days, majority of the acquaintances, whether it's through like paid mentorship, which is a big thing. Like I've hired tons of coaches, but they've all been surrounded or created off of alcohol, but not on alcohol. What I mean is I wasn't drunk when I made these relationships. Like the conversations that I have or that I have now today are conversations that I couldn't have years ago because I needed to be drunk. I associated like every business deal, every transaction that I was in, every relationship, every friendship, every sporting event, literally every single thing I did in my life was fucking drinking. So I wanted to talk today about life after alcohol because I know this. One of the things that stops many dudes or women listen to this is like, you don't know what your life's going to be like when you get done drinking. I'm here to tell you something right now. This is going to be my channel, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, kick rocks. Don't listen to me. I don't care. I don't believe anybody's sick. I don't believe anybody's diseased. I don't believe anybody's weak. I don't believe anybody's powerless. I think that it's a choice and a decision that you make day in and day out to decide to determine what the life you want to look like, feel like, act like, talk like, which ultimately puts you in control of the situation, which is you. And what I mean by that is that like the life that I lived, like after alcohol, wasn't just to give up and completely say that for the rest of my life, I'm never going to drink. So in my mind, like the theory in my head is to never tell myself that I can't have anything. Like right now, as I'm filming this thing and putting this podcast out here, I'm on a lean out. So I have a fitness coach. I'm working with a guy. I'm never going to not eat fucking cookies again. I'm never going to tell myself I can't have a cookie. I can't have ice cream. I'm never going to tell myself I can't have like 2 cheeseburgers or fucking 4 cheese. Like I'm never going to put a limitation, a rule, or an expectation on myself to achieve just one thing. I'm not living a life to just be guided by the strict principles that I can never do anything again. I want free flow in my life. So the thing I want to remind you, like whether you're somebody who's drinking or knows somebody who's trying to stop drinking, like, because we all do. I mean, I hear it all the time. We get literally millions and millions of views and thousands of comments. We all know somebody who's suffering from alcohol or is choosing to drink. And the truth is this, there are people out there that are past the point that they probably can't come back from, but they need to find some different way through medical attention and things like that. I completely understand that. That guy's probably not going to, that guy or gal's not going to hear my message. But the people out there that run in my circle, right? These relationships that are forged not by alcohol, but like they're not on alcohol, but by alcohol. These are typically businessmen. These are high achieving, successful people, other entrepreneurs, other thought leaders, other influencers, if you will, right? We choose control of our choices over everything. So what am I saying here? Like, why am I even putting this podcast? Like, what's the deal with this episode? I want to come out of the gate and tell everybody, like, when I started this, I was never going to put a limitation or pack myself into a box, right? I'm never going to put myself, and you should never put yourself in a place where you've got this rigid strengths, like these rigid lines around you can't get out of it. You cage yourself in like a fucking animal. Because I know for me, caging myself in like an animal would put me in a place where I'm just going to blow it up, right? The pressure of saying I could never drink again. The pressure of saying I could never have sex again. The pressure from saying I could never go out to my favorite restaurant or I could never see I don't want it. Yet at the same time, the type of man that I am, I thrive on the pressure. but it's a different type of pressure. That self-induced pressure to tell yourself you can't do something is something, and the reason actually why thousands of men have joined my program. So the message I want to deliver is the life after alcohol is still the same life I had before alcohol. The difference is I just don't make the fucking same choices. And I choose in this world to not actually be controlled by anything other than the ability to do the work required to have the life that I want, to create the opportunities that I want, to be as successful as I want, to drink if I want, to drink if I don't want to lead every fucking day like it was my last. So I wanted to talk about some of the apprehension, some of the fears though that I thought was the reality of what it was going to be like when I quit drinking. I didn't think I was going to have any fun. Like that was the first one. Like I didn't think I was going to have any fun. Every single thing, man, like everything in my life required me to have a beer in my hand. I didn't know how to do anything. I'd imagine like literally when I was changing my son's diaper when he was a baby, I don't imagine I know it to be true. Like I literally changed a diaper when I'm drinking a beer. Right? Like everything in my fucking life was drinking. But specifically when it came to fun, because of who I was and the age that I was when I decided to take my life back over, take control over my life over alcohol. I was only 34, 35 years old. I was right there in the mid 30s, and people in their 30s right now, like I know a ton of them, they're still out drinking, having a good time. So when I decided, I was like, yo, I don't know if I really want to stop this thing because I like the drinking. I like all this stuff. It's fun. I enjoy the bars. I enjoy this. But the reality was that when I stopped drinking and I took control of my life, what was waiting for me on the other side of life was like real life. Like that's really what was there. Like you wouldn't, if you know me, and a lot of you guys do, right? A lot of people spent time with me. I'm not the most fun person. Yet if you get me removed in an environment that I like, put me at my house, at my farm with my people or on vacation, like I'm a pretty fun individual. But I realized the difference between like truly having fun and then thinking that you need alcohol to have fun. And see, that was the issue. So I want to share with you, like to try to leave you better than I found you, some of the things that stopped me from 21 years of drinking and abusing drugs and lying and fucking gambling and deceit and cheating and drinking and just debauchery. Like it was just bullshit. Fun. Yeah, I thought my life was going to be boring. Like it's not though. I also thought that like literally at one point, alcohol or drugs were like my superpower. Like that if I stopped drinking, I wasn't going to be able to build a business anymore. I actually believe that if I stopped drinking, people weren't going to like me anymore. And here's the thing, right? For some people that will listen to this thing, there is some people out there that just don't they're not going to like you anyways. They don't even like you right now while you're drinking. They keep you around, at least in my world. They're like, yeah, we're going to keep this guy around because at least I don't act like this dude, right? We got Mark, like he's this measuring stick of just being completely fucking being a fucktard. And if we just like keep him up here, like no one's going to keep their eyes on me. And I held on to this belief for years thinking that like, I don't know, how am I going to fit in? Well, dude, I don't want to fit in. So life after alcohol for me right now doesn't look like fitting in. It doesn't look like fitting inside of that box or sitting inside of that box. Alcohol for me looks like creating a fucking life worthwhile. And in a relationship, right? I do a couples podcast with my wife, Kendra. She'll be down here in a little bit for her and I to do our topic. We're going to talk about simps today, right? That's going to be a good one. But I never thought that I was worthy of love or that I could have love. For some reason, I associated love, power, drinking, prestige, all that together. And I realized, like, I used to think, and she'll watch this and listen, I used to think that when I'd be like up like a fucking mutt, right? Like a scummy fucking mutt in a bar that had been drinking and doing cocaine all night long, then it's going to be 6:30 in the morning and I'm in the saloon and the door's going to creak open and the fucking sun rays are going to come out and there's going to be my fucking beautiful woman that I'm after, right? Although I look like a maggot, like a mutt beat down maggot, stinking like alcohol boot. Like I thought that was the reality. I didn't think it was possible to have a relationship without alcohol. I didn't think it was even possible to have sex without drinking. Like it's just fucking stupid. Right? I didn't think anything in life was possible. So I want to share with you like some things about after like making the choice and the decision, like why you should do it or why you should at least comprehend in your mind like what it's going to look like or put some time to think of it. Because the truth is this, man, like everything in life, I can't say it's always better. I had a lot of fun. Like I'd be lying to you if I said that every moment of my life when I was drinking was like, I would never do it again. That's not true. It's just not. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people. I went to a lot of cool places. I did a lot of fun things. But my life now, and I'm never going to be that person who's like, even on my worst day sober is better than my best day drinking. Yeah, fuck that, man. My best day drinking was pretty awesome. It's just what happened the next day when I started putting drugs inside of my veins or making poor choices or smoking meth or whatever type of stupid shit I get into. Like some of the all-time highs of my life, I was drunk. But I can tell you more consistently over time after choosing my life over alcohol, choosing my son over alcohol, choosing my 2 daughters over alcohol, and ultimately choosing my love of my life, which is my wife, over alcohol, and building this life together brings me a piece of harmony. Like the synchronicity and the beauty and just the magical essence of being in a family that is filled with love and doing things together and having fun. Sure, you can do them drunk, but the reality is when you're drunk, it takes you from being present. But I didn't think that was there. And then once I realized it opened up the door, like I opened up Pandora's box on what life could actually be. I had to realize one thing, like everything I knew about life was wrong. Some of the skills I was able to keep, right? How to build a business, how to make some money, sales, communication, like some of the stuff I brought with me. But I took all the shit, all the people, all the pain, all the suffering, which I actually kept that with me so I could use it to help more people. But I took all the shit that I thought I knew about life and I got rid of it. Because life without alcohol or in control of alcohol is honestly one of the most purest, most real, most raw, just enjoyable things that I've ever done in my life. So if you're having any apprehension or fear, right, you're watching this video, and I just started with alcohol in this. We're not going to always talk about alcohol, but if you're having any fear, apprehension about making a choice and a decision to grasp the reality of the life that's possible for you, but you can't even comprehend that right now today because that fucking mountain is so big, or the shakes or the DTs or the guilt or the fear or the worry from stopping doing what you know you need to do because people are going to be judging you, or you're not going to know how to handle your shit, or whatever reality is. I just need you to know that you're worth it. Like I literally need you to know that you are worth it. Your life is worth it. And I don't want this to be some rah-rah, motivational, inspirational pitch conversation. I need this to be the truth. You were not put on this fucking earth to suffer. No matter what you think. No matter who you are, whether you hate me or not, you were not put here to fucking suffer by your own sword, by a drink, by a lie. Like, I don't even care about drinking. The truth is this, there's going to be people that I'll drink with here. You know, I choose control of my life. I just haven't had the opportunity. I'm never going to be afraid of the drink, but I had to accept the fact that I'm worth it and I didn't deserve to struggle. And you too are the same. So, how do I sum this thing up, right? How do I wrap this up? On the other side, or in the face of indecision, is a decision that needs to be made. And it's based off these 3 fucking sayings. 3 simple sayings, and I say them day in and day out every day. Who am I? What do I want? And why do I want it? Who am I? What do I want? And why do I want it? And I share that with you because I want to give you some takeaway. Like I'm not asking for anything on this program. I'm doing these, or on this, whatever the fuck we're doing, this podcast, on this video we're putting out there. I'm not trying to gain anything from you here. I'm trying to help you make a choice and a decision in your life to lead. Man or woman, you children, like I have actually, kids are starting to listen to some of the stuff. I had a little boy the other day, when I went to my son's basketball game, come in just frantic, like I didn't even know. It was the first time it kind of threw me back. The message is being heard. There's a lot of people that don't like it. Cool. Fuck off. But for you out there that are sitting, listening, yeah, I could get behind this thing. The obstacle is the way. And the obstacle that's in front of you right now to the way in the life that you want is a drink. Or it could be cheating. Or it could be drugs. Or it could be food. Or it could be lying. Or it could be technology. Or it could be pornography. Or it could be cigarettes. I don't know the sedation mechanism that you use, but I know this. Whatever is in your way can be squashed and be created, like can help you create a life of fucking power. But you got to decide. So what is life going to be like for you after alcohol? I can tell you what it's going to be like for me for the rest of the life. Reps, 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 winning, 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 vacations, 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 love, 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 intimacy, 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 legacy, 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 the end. That's it for today's episode of the Comeback Podcast. I'll see you next week.